All right. Hold on. Nope, don't have it set. Okay, there we go. That should do it. Yeah, minor technical issue. It's fixed. I fixed it. It's all good. Welcome here for anyone who's actually shown up this early into the match or is watching on a replay. It's Therax. I'm doing a cast of Tournament of Stars, my first one. It's week 3. I've been otherwise busy. We have a Division G match here today between the Black Pants Legions and Swords and Sabers. Oh, wait, I think I have them on the wrong sides. Yeah, pretty confident on that. I'll do this. I don't actually know who's playing it quite yet, but we're kicking things off with a 1v1 on the Mech Factory. Do I need to talk about the tournament? It's week 3. You guys probably know what's going on, but just in case you don't, it's a 5v5 clan mechs only, and most of it's single cap conquest. We'll get a little bit more into that a little bit later, but we're starting things off with a duel. So it's 5 drops in the match, but the first drop is divided up into 3 sub drops, which is not confusing at all. So it's a 1v1 in trial mechs, and this week the map is Mech Factory, which is a Solaris dueling map. You may or may not recognize it from the event queue, or if you're old school, you might actually played Solaris 7 game mode before it got removed from the game. But they're in trial mechs. It's a mandated trial mech. They have to play the Madcat Mark II trial this week. There's a different mech every week. It's always a trial mech, though. So we know what they're bringing. I can't pull the build up easily, so I'm just going to describe it to you. But you can look it up in MechDB at navalpha.com and pull up the Madcat Mark II T. T is the trial. And do the load stock loadout out of the tools, and that'll show you the build, what they're running. So these trial mechs are the same as the in-store mech, except they have a quirks built into the mech that mimic a skill tree. So they're playing a fixed build with fixed skills, essentially. And they both know that their opponent is running the exact same thing. It's 2 LBX-20s and 4 SRM-6s with Artemis. Now, I've been told the weak point on this mech is the legs, because the legs have a little bit of armor missing, not much. It's 14 points missing off of the legs, but there's also a bunch of ammunition down there. Now, I don't know if these players know it, but if you know that, you want to be leg shielding, and if you don't, things might go badly. Maybe my scouting intel's wrong, but these players are ready to go, so let's get going. Sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. It's a mental issue. Yeah, so we'll see what they're doing. We know they're going brawling. There's a good cover in the Mech Factory. It's a brilliant, nice little map there. And we'll talk a little bit more about the teams and the standings after this drop is done. If I remember. And yeah, as always, if there's any stream issues, let me know ASAP. I'll try to fix them. This is the first cast I've been doing here. I had to get the overlays set up. And hopefully I did not mess anything up.
Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
There we go. We got mechs. They're coming in. What build out do they have? Wow, what a surprise. It's a trial mech. And over on the other side, looks like they're running the same thing. But let's pop into a cockpit here and look at the ammunition counts. It's rather high. I mean, this is built to be used in quick play. So, let's see what's going on. Movement to the right here from Black Pants Legion Dark Star. Where's my... Ah, there we go. Sorry. So they're not Black Pants Legions. They are the 69th Falcon Irregulars. Last year they were the Wu Good Boys. But they're just switching it up here, going Clan Falcon this time. Jade Falcon. Swords and Sabers, Sweaty Sabers. We got the Trout coming in here. So the Trout and Wraith Darkstar. Now, there was a little bit of chip damage there early on. That's probably LBX-20s at range with a ton of spread or splash, maybe even leg damage from a fall. Now the brawl is starting. What do we got? No focus damage yet. These weapons do have a fair bit of spread, but looks like Trout has a damage lead. Oh, a little bit of rear damage there on Wraith Darkstar. I think that's just coming up over the top. There's some you catch the rear hitboxes a little, but nothing major yet. There we go. Here's the brawl. Wraith Darkstar's got less armor. It looks like the Trout is just shooting a little bit more, but accuracy is going to carry the day here. Oh, we're trying to get an angle. Something fell off. Something fell off. That is a side torso, I do believe. Yes, it is. And center torso is weak open as well. Wraith Darkstar is in major trouble here. Doing a good job shielding. And my apologies. But yes, nothing's open on the Trout, and Wraith Darkstar goes down side torso, then center torso. Well done, the Trout. Picks up the first win there for the Sweaty Sabers. Got to remember there's two Swords and Sabers teams this go around, so I need to remember which is which. That too. Why is it being annoying? Okay. I got to pop this into there to do this to over there, and then I got to put this over in there. And Buddy Sabers picks up a win and a point for the mech kill, if I'm not mistaken. And put information in there. Okay. There we go. Let's pull up the lobby stats for y'all. Right. Players should be inviting. All right. They should be bringing in their other players now. We're going on to Steiner Coliseum. Steiner Coliseum is going to be a 2v2. Go. And do I need to switch team sides for this? I think I'm supposed to. Yes, I am. I don't know. It's a mirrored map. Do we really have to? What was I going to talk about? Mech Factory. I mean, went pretty straightforward. It was a side torso CT. The Trout was just putting in a little bit more damage a little bit earlier, and having a damage lead, even with spread, kind of matters. Plus, they're focusing that side torso pretty well. There we go. Okay, I've got the damage up on the screen. I think you're all looking at it. What does it say? Oh, it is the correct one. Great. Yeah, the Trout just did way more damage. And once the side torso's gone, the mech's going to be heat capped as well because it's a clan extra light engine. And it's missing half its weapons. Like, it's just bad news all around. Pretty straightforward. I think the Trout's got to go out of the lobby, but there we go. I tried to give him notice so they wouldn't have their mechs revealed there, but I mean, only so much I can do. There we go. Okay, everything should be good. I think they're both North Americans. So I don't need to do server stuff. Okay, so this is a 2v2. It's a second part of drop one. Drop one, the mini drops, you have the 1v1, then you got a pair of 2v2s. This 2v2 is going to be, look up the rules here real quick. I believe it's a light and, no, yeah, it's a light and an assault. So one assault mech and one light mech for each of these teams on the Steiner Coliseum. The interesting thing in there is what you're doing with the light. I mean, also to an extent the assault. Yeah, it's all interesting. Oh, did I not put? Nope, I did not. I did not want to. Or I did, and it's invisible. Okay, yeah, the text is invisible here. Okay, yeah, I just got this set up. Overlays, casting stuff. So there's a little bit of this and that needs to be adjusted. So if you take a brawler assault, brawler light. I mean, this map. Okay. There we go. So if you take a brawler assault and a brawler light and you try to rush in, you might get kited by the opposing light. Maybe, probably not. If you take a ranged assault, which you can definitely do on this map, you can definitely play a range game. Then is your light going to be range 2 or and get jumped by the opposing brawler light, or do you bring like a brawler light and just yeah, I don't know. It's interesting choices here. I didn't play it out. I didn't math it out. I think some players put a fair bit of testing into this, I would hope, but I did not have the time ability to do so. Let's get into these cockpits real quick here. Just can't pull up that yet. Okay, well, let's do this. It's ugly. I did it anyways. How come I can't select? Okay, what's going on? All right, gonna wait for him to come up. But we can see already it's a Spirit Bear and a Jenner 2C, so we know that the Sweaty Sabers are going to be playing Brawl. There's no other options with those mech choices. Just want to get the builds.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the
And
cost.
it's got ER Smalls, not Flamers. It's a Hag 30, not an LBX 20. That's a little bit of a surprise. Jenner 2C, I want to see the exact build. Come on, give it to me. There we go. 6 SRM, 6, no Artemis. So they are going for the big splat. On the other side, it's an Ultra 2 Direwolf, and they're going for the ramps. They should be going for the open center, I do believe. And they've paired that up with the very strong Adder W with Flamer, Heavy Machine Gun, AP Gauss. So they split the difference there between AP Gauss, Heavy Machine Gun. That is interesting. Probably gives them a little bit higher DPS, but still the ability to poke. So the Titante exchange student is... how did they learn how to pilot a mech, and how did they find Clan Jade Falcon? And oh, no more questions. No more questions. Okay. Here comes a Spirit Bear Kodiak. You just got to go up the ramp. Go in. Go in. Come on, Hank. Take him down. All right. Adder's been forced to drop. Direwolf is going to do the same. The thing is, when you drop, you don't get any distance because you got no speed. Now you're going to get brawled in the basement, and the Adder's not with you. This should be going fast. I heavily favor the Spirit Bear here, but the Direwolf is doing good job spreading the damage. Side torso is now open. How is the center torso? Center torso is fine on the Kodiak. Just opened up. Direwolf still has not lost anything. Everything's opened up, and nothing's gone. This is very, very close. Whoever's gonna... Nope. Kill shot goes to the Kodiak. Kodiak's gonna die to the Adder, though. Absolutely no way. No way it's not. And Chaos is now lower armor against the Adder. That Adder is very strong. Adder is leg, though. So is the Jenner. Who's shielding their leg better? Looks like the Jenner 2C is doing a good job shielding that leg. Cooking itself, though. But they pull out the kill on the Adder before they cook themselves to death. Because, I mean, we can see here on the structure damage. They are cooking. And that leg, if that leg goes, they die. If that center torso goes, they die. Brutal. Absolutely amazing. I like that brawl. Good job, both teams. Direwolf had enough accurate shooting in the against the Kodiak that they're able to keep it up there. You know what I'm saying? All right. I don't know what I'm saying. I got to do some things here in the background before. There we go. This over there and put it over here. And then I got to do points. Points. This was who won that? Honestly, forgot. It was a good match though. Yeah, it's the Sabers. Sabers picking up another drop win here, or mini drop win. That text color is not white. Okay, there we go. Yeah, gotta pull this up on the screen. It should be there. Okay, there we go. All right. I want to talk about the damage real quick because I think it's going to be interesting. Is it interesting? I haven't looked yet. Oh, yeah. Kodiak Spearbearer putting out 600 damage, but that damage is very spread on that Direwolf. Direwolf, more precision accuracy with around 500 damage there from Hedgehog BC. Jenner 2C, also similar, more damage, 477 to the Adder's 331. Adder was using machine guns, which have a little bit of spread, but at that range probably doesn't really matter. And also AP Goss, which is pinpoint. So the more accurate weapons are on the Black Pants Legion or 69th Falcon Irregulars, whereas the Sweaty Sabers had more spread, did more damage overall, destroyed more components overall, and came out with the kills. Also very low on the team damage, but I mean, I guess it's a brawl, so it's relatively straightforward. You shouldn't be shooting your teammates much in that. All right. Oh, a map. What is the map going to be for this one? I have to look that up. It's going to be Liao Jungle. Liao Jungle. There we go. And I need to change it over on this other screen. Well, because I've got things set up. They have it under Jungle or Liao Jungle. They have it under Jungle. So it's alphabetical, so I got to find Jungle under the alphabet. Nothing's confusing here at all. We all know what we're doing. Okay. I'm going to switch back over to the lobby view before I do a radio cast. Rather do a lobby cast than a radio cast. Okay. Everyone locked? And I can't type. In my defense, I woke up like an hour and a half ago. Was it an hour and a half? All right. Team 2 is locked. Team 1 locked. Team 1 locked up. Yeah, okay. Let's get them in there. They don't want to be sitting and wait. Now, there's 125 tons to 110 tons here. Now, what were the weight classes again? I want to bring that up before I forget. It is a heavy and a medium on Liao Jungle. This is another 2v2. This makes up the last of drop 1. So it's 5 mechs total. And but they're in little duels. Honor duels is what it's supposed to be, but hard to implement honor duels in MWO with the way that the game modes work. So we're splitting into mini drops representing honor drops. It's a clan themed tournament. If you're into the lore, this will make some sense to you. All right, we've got a summoner and an adder W. That's going to be SRMs. We all know that. 8 SRM 6. And the Arctic Wolf is a no ghost heat SRM 6, SRM 2. Very strong builds. On the opposing side, we've got an Orion 2C with a range advantage due to the 2 UAC 20s, also bringing some Flamers and SRMs. The Nova's got an LBX 20 and an SRM 6. So range goes to 69th Falcon Irregulars, but they're just closing in. So nobody did a jump scout from what I saw. You can jump scout on this map to check your opponent's spawn to see what they're doing, what they're bringing, have a decent idea. A little bit of fire, a lot of missing. Adder took some meaningful damage. There is a range advantage, as mentioned. That looks like maybe friendly fire as it was to the rear torso. So they've set up here to receive 69th Falcon Irregulars, not using their range to their advantage. Do they have seismic? Angry Ninja doesn't look like they had seismic on their mech. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been facing the wrong way there. Here we go. We got a brawl. Who's going to shoot more accurately? Oh no. Oh no. It's a 1v2 here. You never want a 1v2 in a 2v2. Nova's leg is open. Can they shield their leg properly? Do a good job shielding that leg or they go down fast. It does not look like they are shielding their leg. Yikes. Okay, here the Orion's going to tank. Arctic Wolf is going to dive in to try and get that leg as they should be doing. Use that speed to circle around to get the rear leg. Finally goes down. But both the mechs are open here. Angry Ninja's coming in. Their leg is open. They need to start shielding now. Uh-oh. They're not shielding. They can't shield either now because they got that 2 mechs that can sandwich them. Arctic Wolf, open side torso, and one side torso missing. 31%, but they survive. Summoner both legs open, just about. That's almost one touch, but picked up the kill here. Swords and Sabers dominating in the duels. And I need to put some things in places. Here as well. Makes everyone happy. So Swords and Sabers coming up with a clean sweep there. They did give up 1 kill though, so there is a point I need to record that. My apologies, I missed that. Up now. There we go. I've got the numbers on the screen. It should be close in damage. I have not glanced at it yet. I've got some other things going on. But yeah, the Orion 2C puts out the most damage there from Angry Ninja, 458. But they were going, I guess the damage is a little bit spread. UAC 10s shouldn't be too spread, but I mean, everything was very walking wounded on the Saber side, but at the end of the day, they're still alive and their opponents are not. So GG's there. I need to switch the game mode before I forget. What is the map? Map is Terra Therma Crucible. Crucible, I need to switch it over here for my... And then I can switch up the scene. Okay. All right. Okay, 15-minute timer, Conquest game mode, Terra Therma Crucible. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Oh, I forgot to switch the overlays. I switched the team sides and I forget to switch the overlays. Good job, me. All right, well, at least they're correct this time. My apologies to everyone. Somebody here asking, when did you start the tournament? Well, I didn't run this tournament at all. It's other players, but MWO Comp runs 3 tournaments a year, plus the World Championship Series in coordination with PGI, which most players just get the ComQ portion of it, but there's also a post-ComQ portion for those who have the skills. Comp's fun. Comp's why a lot of us are still playing MechWarrior Online. So, and you don't need an elite skill level to play either. I mean, this is Division G. Some of these players are like Tier 3. I don't know if anyone Div G would be in Tier 4. Quite possible. And then, Tier 2 is maybe some Tier 1 Smurfers. Oh, okay, not actually Smurfers, but Ringers. Sometimes play in Div G. Actually, side note here, this is my first Tournament of Stars that I have not been playing with the Swords and Sabers. I played with them in the first season of Tournament of Stars, which first time playing with Sabers, first time the Sabers existed, first time Tournament of Stars existed, and then I rejoined them for Tournament of Stars Season 2. Now we're on Season 3, a year later, or 2 years later, I guess. Every year it happens. Okay, and I'm not playing with them. It feels weird. Yeah, get involved. MW Comp Discord, great place to find a team or even just some casual quick play if that's what you're into. Okay, what are we waiting on here? I was going to talk about standings. Right, standings. Okay, so going to pull up the Div G screen here. So Sweaty Sabers are currently sitting in third with 44 points, although that's because the other teams have their week 3 match already recorded. So 44 points, they're definitely in striking distance of first place. That'd be a bit of a challenge, but they could get there. First place team has 74 points, and there are 30 points up for grabs for Swords and Sabers if they do a clean sweep. So they could definitely tie up with first place here. And they would be playing the Flaming Surrots, who are the current first place team, next week. So that would be a probably first place decider match if they manage to pull off a clean sweep here. And then 69 Falcon Irregulars, they're sitting in last place currently with 26 points total. OxyClean doesn't have their week 3 results recorded yet, and they're sitting at 28 points. Definitely within reach for Falcon Irregulars to crawl out of the basement and get back into the middle of the division. Junkyard Dogs also does not have their week 3 results up yet, and they're at 34 points. So if Falcon Irregulars perform well today, they could get themselves back up into 4th place in the division, or if they beat the Sabers, 44-26, we said 30. It's possible they could pass the Sweaty Sabers and claim the 3rd place, but they'd have to step up their performance a little bit here today, let's say. That's where standings are at for anyone who's curious. You can look those up on the tournament site. Is everyone locked here? Team 1 is locked. They're talking about Far Country. I mean, the exchange student definitely seems to like it. Notorious book, Battletech book, one of the earliest ones. That just kind of doesn't fit. I meant to type something different. Okay. Teams are ready, and we got both teams at 200 tons, which is the maximum tonnage. I haven't talked about that at all. Now we're doing 5v5s. It's single point, cap point conquest, and there's some rules around that, and they were being discussed earlier. It's not that confusing. I promise you, it's not that confusing. Less confusing than having to switch the overlay on every single drop. Okay. Teams are coming in. They got 200 tons here for 5 mechs, so it's 40 mechs a player. You put that all into Vipers? Well, you can't because there's a chassis limit of 4 Vipers for the entire match. So you can have 4 Vipers and 1 Arctic Wolf, or you can do 4 Adders and a Hellfire. Yeah, that works too. Or a Mad Dog. Yeah, yep. There we go. Adder W is very strong mech. These players are bringing it. The only question is if it's heavy machine gun or AP Gauss or a mix of the two. Flamers, heavy machine gun. I like the Flamer. AP Gauss, no Flamer. And Plasma Cannon SRM4. Wow. Not something I'm familiar with. It could be very strong. I have no idea. I've never used a Plasma Cannon yet. I don't play this game enough. I'm curious about the mixed build adders, but they seem to know what they're doing. And I have not tested it much. SRM ER Mead. ER Mead. Ooh. Okay. I don't like the ER Meads on this. Everyone's going to be brawling. Your SRMs want to get in close. They could have been small pulses instead. Heavy machine guns. I'm wondering if the heavy machine guns may be the way to go. If you are running heavy machine guns on your Adder W, you probably want to have the Cinder side torsos for machine gun rate of fire quirk. But not everyone has the Cinder because the Adder was kind of garbo for many years. And right here, there they are. Okay. Teams are approaching the center. If you haven't figured out yet, Theta is the single cap that players are going to be contesting. I don't think you want to be in the bowl for very long. Just take the cap and get out because it's a bowl, and bowls typically turn into death pits. And the other reason is if you fall down into that pit, the Scarlocks get you. I don't know if those are canon to the Battletech universe, but let's pretend for a second. Plasma Cannon's putting in some chip damage here. There's going to be a brawl push over the ramp if a team wants to do it. I don't think the Sweaty Sabers want to do it. No, they're going to sit back. They're going to sit on their cap point. It's up to the Falcon Irregulars to do something. Now there's a strike coming in. Are they going to dodge that strike? That exchange student gets chipped a little bit with that strike. Looks like rear damage hits. Rear torso. And Sweaty Sabers decide it's time to push. Here comes Greater Authority. You're leading the charge over the ramp. A little bit of lag behind for some of the teammates. Mad Dog is lagged now. That second leg, how long can they survive? How is it going on the Hellfire? Hellfire is called target, about to be legged. Mad Dog's down. Hellfire legged. Second leg should go fast. Hellfire is down. Who's the next target? I can't even tell. There's just a bunch of machine gun fire. Looks like Renarchy's been legged in their adder. They're about to go down. These teams are very quick to pick the legs off. They know what they're doing. Div G, they know how to shoot legs, as we are finding out. And it's hard to shield them. Chaos, absolute chaos. Who's alive? Who's dead? Who's legged? Rafu looks like they are a focused target. They're open rear torsos, but their legs are still looking okay. Rafu is doing a good job surviving. GI Jimmy's also low percentage. Looks like they're cooking themselves and open everywhere, but looks like everyone's falling on the opposing side. And I think these are all just straight leg kills. I don't know if there's any rear torso or headshot or something going on here. Trying to check corpses real quick. Nope. Looks like just leg kills. I don't think even overheating. AP Gauss can overheat. Heavy machine gun, a little bit more challenging to overheat. I gotta count kills though on this. So we'll do that in a second. I'm gonna get the data recorded before I go for the scoreboard. It was a Sweaty Sabers win. What was it? 5-2? 5 to 5 to something. 5-2, 5-3, 5-2. Okay. Some points being picked up there for the 9th Falcon Irregulars. So what was the difference? Looking at the damage. Nope, Mad Dog Hellfire did exactly the same damage, 138, before they got legged and killed. Tatate Exchange Student doing quite well in the damage category with their adder, and they picked up 3 component destroyed and a kill, leading their team there. But all about the components destroyed, and it looks like the Buddy Saber is just a little bit better on the components destroyed. Maybe a little bit less spread damage, a little bit less team damage maybe as well. Tatante Exchange Student putting in the work there on the team damage category. Okay, team side switch, which means I need to switch the overlay. I put in the points, but I need to hit the checkbox there. There we go. I hope I'm getting the points here correctly. Currently, I'm seeing 3 points for the 69th Falcon Irregulars versus the 12 points for the Sweaty Sabers. They've got 10 kill points, and they got a drop win for the drop 1, having won 2 out of the 3 mini drops. We're going to the same map, but the teams are switching sides, so I don't think anyone's changing their strategies here based off of team side, but maybe we will. Okay, what am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting something. No, team sides are good. Okay, so talk about the tonnage here. We're going up in tonnage on each of these drops. They're up to 275 minimum, or sorry, maximum tonnage. There is a minimum tonnage as well, but I don't remember what it is. Basically, you want to use your maximum or close to maximum tonnage on every single drop. So minimums were added in for this particular tournament stars to stop cheesing. Some cheese strats were being used in the unlimited tonnage drop last year, which I thought were fantastic. I mean, if there's a 500 ton cap, your opponent brings 500 tons, and then you like drop in at 200 tons and go on to beat them, like good job, congratulations. You know, the reason that was being done was because if you're playing like AC2 Direwolves, which if you have a 500 ton cap, why not? That can actually be beaten by rushes from Vipers and stuff. But I don't know. I don't think there needs to be minimum tonnage. That's personal opinion. Okay. Teams are locked. We are launching. 275 for both sides. You can analyze the spawns, but I'm not going to get into that. I mean, they're pretty much all the same anyways. There's one spawn you want to avoid on this map because it's next to a cap point. And other than that, I don't think spawns really matter on this drop at this tonnage. So far, Sweaty Sabers, they're running it up here in the scoreboard. See if that continues, or if 69th Falcon Irregulars can change it up. There we go. Teams are coming in. I've got the overlays on the correct side.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop
See what
any
we got.
hostiles that get in your way.
Black Lanterns. No, Stormcrows. Stormcrows and Black Lanterns with red lasers. It's a red laser rush. Not surprising. Lots of Stormcrows, 1 Black Lantern, 2 Black Lanterns. Nope. 4 Stormcrows. Oh, there's an ERPPC on one of them. Oh, and large pulses. Okay, so they have a little bit of range. It's mostly red lasers. The ERPPC is going to be a heat cap issue in a brawl, but it does give their team a little bit of poke ability. And the opposing side is bringing linebackers, so it's also brawl. They're doing these hybrid SRM6 small pulse. That's supposed to be on the D for a set of 8 bonus, but they don't have that. Vipers with heavy machine guns are bringing it up as well. So yeah, there's not a lot of drop deck options at
Beta
these
is
tonnages.
controlled
I
by
would
the enemy.
say it kind of almost builds itself. Some of these drops, it feels like. Linebackers, they do not have jump jets on these builds. I don't think you can put jump jets on a linebacker, but those builds are not going to have it. Yeah, Renarchy's got the D set of 8, linebacker D. Uh, Greater authorities looking to get the scout, not seeing it. These Stormcrows are waiting for something. What are they waiting for? Opponents have taken the cap. What is going to be the call here? LPL, LPL. They've got 4 LPLs total, and then 1 ERPPC. So they do have a tiny bit of range, not much of any. That medium pulse with 9 small pulses, is that like a mistake? Like a mech lab misclick? I'm trying to remember my Stormcrow build. I had a Stormcrow with just mass small pulse. I think it was just 10 small pulse and like a T comp 1. I think that's a misclick. There we go. Mechs have been spotted. Mechs are moving. So the Vipers calling up the linebackers. They're going to try to hold the bridge. Whereas oh boy, Hedgehog's getting ahead of their team there. Legs are being shot, but the focus fire just wasn't quite there to take them out that quickly. Trout is being called target. Try to fall back, rotate the armor out, rotate the armor in. Ralphie No Pants, open leg. They're going to get burned open there, legged, and see how long it takes for them to go down now would be the only question. Mechs are kind of just milling about. We have a kill. The Trout is the first target down. Ralphie finally gets bagged. Took some heat damage before going down. Next up, we have Milsep is being focused. They're also cooking. A lot of cooking going on there. Whoa, self-destruct. Angry Ninja fell into
The
the
enemy
pit.
has
Oh
captured all
no.
resources.
How did I miss that?
We failed.
They did fall in the pit, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Oh no. Were they fresh? Oh, they were fresh. Oh no. Well, not their legs, but yeah. Well, there we go. The pit got a sacrifice, and I did not have a good coverage of that. Love to see it. Swords and Sabers picking up another dominant win here. And yeah, rolling around the pits got a hazard rating to it. Dangerous thing to be doing for both teams. Last map is gonna be first classic, not the snow variant. Um, yeah. All right, there we go. All right. Did I get everything done correctly? I think so. Okay, now I can look at the damage screen real quick. I think it's up for you all. Pretty even damage. The Trout goes down early. Focus target. They're kind of just in the middle of everything. They did try to back out, but then they, yeah, got picked off anyways. Opposing side, I think Ralphie No Pants was the focus target to start off, but they still put out a lot of damage before going down. Just took longer to kill. Their leg was off fast, and then the second leg was just taking forever to get picked off. 85 team damage though from Ralphie No Pants. I'm wondering if there was a in brawl strike there or something, because that's a little bit high for that to be weapons fire. And then there was a pit sacrifice. I forget who it was. Was it Angry Ninja? I don't know. Everybody put out decent damage before going down. Like nobody's got more than 250, and the only player with less than 100 is the Trout. So I can't tell you what happened there. Probably focus fire. Or heat damage, probably actually, if I'm thinking about it, because there was a lot of heat damage on the Stormcrows, and linebacker probably runs a little bit cooler. Viper definitely would not be having heat issues in that length of brawl. So I think it might have come down to who cooked and who didn't, and the pit sacrifice. So the way this tournament is formatted, kills come from points come from kills. So you definitely want to be picking up the kills, not yeah, what am I saying? Okay. Yeah, you need the kills. That's what I'm trying to say. How's the stream going? Trying to check in every once in a while to see if there's any complaints. Complaints that I can do anything about. Not seeing anything, so hopefully the stream's good. I don't really have the ability to check that very frequently. I've got the overlay switched to the correct sides. Teams are not readied up yet. We're going up to higher tonnage again. Tonnage escalates quite fast in this for each drop, a little bit too fast in my mind. We're probably going to start seeing assault mechs already in this next drop, just because the tonnage is that high. We're going to Forced Colony Classic, not the snow variant, the regular variant, for those of you who need to be reminded. Yeah. Okay, and what is the tonnage? The tonnage is a maximum of 375. If you do the math on that, which I'm going to run it real quick because I don't feel like getting it wrong here on stream, but yeah, it's 75 tons per mech. And if you take a light or medium to go for the cap point, all of a sudden your other guy's got to be like 85 or 90 or something. Like it's just wild how much tonnage is available already in drop 4, and drop 5 is even higher tonnage. So probably going to see assault mechs. Are they going to be brawl rushing, or are they going to be trading? Now, these teams have been brawling so far, but that's kind of the default for drop 2 because of the 200-ton cap. Hard to build a drop deck that isn't just brawl at that tonnage. And then again at 275, on other maps you could be doing different things on. I mean, you could do different things on Terra Therma Crucible as well, but then you have to like know the outside areas, and you have to have mechs with jump jacks, mechs that can kite, players that can play that play style. It's a little bit of a challenge at 275. You know, if you had a 325-ton drop, there'd be more balance, kind of. That's the point I'm going to make here. At 375, yes, you can absolutely run a brawl rush, gargoyle, executioner, marauder 2Cs. Stuff like that, probably gargoyles, is what I'm thinking one of these teams is going to be bringing. You can also do range play. Again, you know, going into those assault mechs, big mechs, big boys. But I think these teams are going to play brawl, and it's a smaller map. It is quite good for trading if you want to sit Charlie 4, Delta 4, and then the opposing side kind of do like Charlie 2 or something. Raider Tower is a strong position if you get something with jump jets, Pop-Tart Summoner or something like that. But at the tonnage, if you're taking a Pop-Tart Summoner, you got to take more tonnage elsewhere, and you still want to maybe look at going for Kappa. If you're playing a range strat, then you need to take a lighter mech to get some speed, and then, well, where are you going to think all of that tonnage? So we'll see some interesting stuff here. I'm thinking a Tunnel Rush. I'm thinking Red Lasers. I'm thinking Gargoyles, but teams could definitely shake it up. They could be playing AC2 Direwolves. They could be playing mid-range Vomit Timberwolves or something. I don't think that's what they're going to be doing, but that is a mech that exists. They are ready, so okay. I don't have to talk anymore about this because I really don't like this map, and I don't. Oh, 375 to 360s. We have 360 tons over on the 69th Falcon Irregulars. They are running a little bit light on the tonnage. 15 tons, that might indicate something. I don't know what it indicates because Brawl Rush should be gargoyles, I would think, or Marauder 2Cs. Yeah, but we'll see what happens here. Teams are getting in. Make sure my overlay's on the correct side. Yes, okay, good. I messed it up in the 2v2s. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to keep it straight for everything else. Let's get some builds. Timberwolves. It's an ATM. It's the Howl. Right, I forgot to mention, teams are allowed 1 legendary per drop and up to 3 legendaries total in the match. This is LRMs. I think Jimmy told me about this. Yeah, he talks to me sometimes. I think he told me they were doing LRMs, and I forgot. The Howl Timberwolf H stands for Howl. It has a range quirk on those ATMs that make them absolutely ridiculously long range, which, you know, aren't they already long range? Yes, but what they have is a damage bracket that decreases based off of the distance traveled. So giving them range quirk makes them have long distance way the hay out there. Okay, the Trout is taking a lot of damage advancing up. It's mass LBX2 on the opposing side, if anyone didn't see that yet. So that's what they're doing. Yeah, Rifleman 2Cs and a Direwolf. Just standing out in the open and laying out the fire. LBX2s, a little bit less precision on the aiming, and they need a significant amount of face time here. Whoa, whoa, Ralphie, stop trading, back up. Bro, drop. His open center torso there. Keep it alive, keep it alive. Somebody rotate in for his poor fellow. Nope, Ralphie survives. Okay, I thought those missiles are coming for him. Okay, so the missiles require face time to get their locks, and they have spread. The LBX2s have spread, but maybe a little bit less than the missiles. It's UAC2 Sunspider. The Howl's just camping there. No, you got to get your own locks, buddy. UAC2s versus LBX2s. Missiles are not getting locks here. What are they doing? They're standing still. You got to find. You need to advance up for tag, or how is this going to work out? They seem to be firing without locks. What it looks like to me. I think they need to move up a little bit. Yeah, start moving up in the water on the opposing on the left side, I would say, or right from my current angle. Their team's left. Direwolf is open leg, so those missiles perhaps taking a dive there. Okay. Oh, that's an overheated rifleman. Now they're getting lurmed up. Real good. Leg is gone. Are they powering up? They're powering up. They're trying to get down. But those missiles and the LBX2s. Better Torso's weak now. They did, if they do a good job leg shielding, they could sit for a fair bit more time here against those lurms. But they need to get a little bit of red, find a concave angle before they bleed out all of their armor, I would say. Opposing side, those lurms need to move up a little bit closer yet. A little bit closer, get that tag into range, perhaps. Get those ATMs working a little bit better for them. They've got plasma cannons on those mechs as well. Plasma cannon, basically a clan light PPC, so it does disable ECM when it hits. Oh man, I love it. Missiles. Bring me some of that ATM Lurm action here. And I love this. Actually, as much as I like the missile drop, I have to say I'm more of a fan of this Rifleman LBX2, Mass LBX2 drop here. Loving this. Absolute brilliant. Did you see those 5 mechs just standing up there, balling it out? I did. And I like that stuff. Somebody clip this for Ivor. Like the opening segment there. Now they're kind of whittled down a little bit. Everybody's a little bit afraid to peek. They aren't getting their angles. Half of them are legs, so they don't even have mobility. But they need to spread a little bit, I do believe. Maybe they can. I don't know if you can sneak a mech up to this rock with cover, perhaps. The shorter exposures against those missiles prevent the locks from getting in on you. I don't know if they have jump jets to get up to the radio tower, perhaps. Put a mech up there. Use this for cover. There are some options here besides just standing on the hill. They're not being brawl pushed. That's when you need to start getting angles, I would say. Those LBX2s would have cut down a brawl nicely. Both teams had ability to counter a brawl, and neither team brawled. Yeah, not a lot of action right now. Nobody's getting missile locks. Nobody's wanting to expose their heavily damaged mech. No, they are exposing, but there's nothing to shoot at. That's got to be disconcerting. A little bit of fire here. Ralphie No Pants finding something. How's the ammo count look? Do I want to jump into a cockpit to check? That is so risky. I'm not going to do it. Gone quiet. Here we go. Another volley of missiles incoming. It's been dodged. Up there. There we go. Somebody's going for find an angle here, trying to get into tag range. I think they're having trouble getting locks just because it's so far out. Ralphie No Pants going to check that out. They are the critically wounded. Yeah, just checking to see if there was a push coming up that side, I think is what was going on. But Ralphie's too... Well, okay, so the missiles can be dodged, right? The UAC-2s from the Sun Spiders can't be dodged, but the missiles can be. Oh, the light PPC, though, coming in, doing a little bit of chip damage there. Out getting that light PPC hit. At that range, though, there's damage fall off, though. Looks like maybe there was a missile lock there, but it got put into the rocks. Good job, Ralphie. That's what the riflemen's need to be doing here. They can't be standing out in the open. It is an exposure DPS weapon, the LBX-2, but when you're up against missiles, you want to prevent them from being able to get a lock. And when they do get a lock, you want to dodge behind a rock. Wow. If you can abuse that travel time on the missiles and abuse the fact that they have to face time to get the lock in the first place, put out 3-4 shots with the LBX-2, then duck behind cover, probably some sort of pattern like that. Not a lot, but if you have a significant amount of time, you can kind of chip damage them down. We are at the 8-minute mark here. The caps have ticked up to 180. Ralphie goes down, got caught by the missiles on top of the rocks instead of behind the rocks. Finally goes down, was heavily wounded for a lengthy period of time there. Cap points are going to force a move here from, potentially either side, but Sweaty Sabers have 9 minutes to make a move, or, well, not quite 9 minutes. They do want to pick up all the kills, though. They can't just sit back and take a cap win. Not worth very many points. They need points from kills. Rafu, peeking in there. Drawing a little bit of fire, or teammates are drawing a little bit of fire. Direwolf, again, still has a leg. Oh, there we go. Rafu picking up the kill. Doing a little bit of cleanup work here. The UAC-2s will burst out the... Direwolf just took a big volley. Open everywhere, still has the leg. 44%. Rafu's coming in, trying to do cleanup. Going a little bit 1v3, though. I don't think you've got the armor for that, buddy. But yeah, a little bit of burst fire there from the UX versus the main DPS LBX-2s, plus the missile support coming in. Can't discount that. Is there a UAV up? There is a UAV up. I think it's a red UAV, not a blue UAV. There we go. Real light comes in. Kill steals there. Well, I don't know who did the damage. If it was Rafu's kill, he would have had it. That's my stance on kill steals. And last one goes down to Rafu, picks up that one. So Rafu coming in with a couple of cleanup kills there. Missile support doing a fair bit to back him up. And teammates moving up as well. Early trades there were just in the favor of Swords and Sabers on that initial Hill Peak Oak game. I do believe that's where a lot of that damage came from. Pop this there. Here. That screen. Where you can look at the damage in a nice component destroyed type way. 5-0. Shout out. I mean, there's very wounded mechs there, but yeah, end of the day. Did Direwolf have ECM? I didn't see an ECM variant. Yes, it was. Okay. I think Swords and Sabers are just too far out to get locks. Needed to move up a little bit earlier. All right, they're going to be dropping the same map, just on the opposing team sides. Looking at the damage here real quick, Rafu coming in with a 1k damage total, 2 kills, only 2 components destroyed, 19 team damage as well. Real Light coming in with just under 700 damage and putting in 2 kills as well. Nicely done on the Sun Spiders. Majority of the damage coming from the Sun Spiders. The Howl a little bit too far back, couldn't get locks. Same with the Trout and the Warhammer 2C. GI Jimmy got a little bit closer in, managed to get some chip damage there, but that was more toward the end. Opposing side, I guess the Rifleman 2C, Direwolves, the LBX2 versus the AC2, maybe there's too much spread. Their damage total is a little bit lower than what I was thinking they would be. It's a burst fire out of the UAC2 versus the sustained DPS of the LBX2, and when you're trying to limit your peak durations there, that kind of gives an advantage to the Sun Spider, I would say, in those trade type situations. You can't just stand out in the open when there's those missiles coming in for the Rifleman 2Cs, but a lot of those missiles were perhaps being fired without locks, is what it looks like, just with the lower damage numbers maybe. And some complaints about ECM from the Sabers, their opponents not playing it fair and standing out in the open, getting farmed by Lerms. They were using cover and brought ECM, so bit of unfair fighting there. I switched the team sides, so hopefully the points are correct. Hopefully the overlays are correct. Same thing, just opposite, same map, just different team sides, and then the tonnage is up to 450, playing the same cap point. All that jazz going on. Okay, I'm on the lobby screen. Are these teams locked in? Not yet. Yeah, we're gonna have a fish fight at the end. For those of you who don't know what's going on, I'll explain it after the drop. It's a little bit unofficial stuff, but I'm not gonna stop this Twitch channels or anything. It's MWO leagues will just have to put up with it. I'm on the secondary channel anyways. Dumbfire was pretty good. So yeah, it was dumbfire missiles that were coming in. So that explains the lower damage on the Elder M's and how it was seemingly missing as much as it was. The Rifleman 2Cs could have had like 100% radar depth, or it doesn't go to 100%, 95% or whatever the maximum is. And yeah, Direwolf with EM, but it was dumbfire. That's why they were not tracking. All right. What do I need to talk about yet? I don't know what I've forgotten. I can't remember what I've been rambling about. It's been a lot of rambling. Let's be real. Okay, Team 1 is locked. We got a 450-ton limit, playing the same cap at cap point. It's in the open, as everybody I think figured out. Cap is wide open, kind of. There's very little cover for it. If you in the past playing this map in like a 5v5 tournament or a tournament where you actually care about caps, which this one, you get a single point for winning on caps. You get 1 point for each kill. There's 5 kills available, so you get 6 points for killing the opposing team and get winning on caps. You get 1 point if you win by caps, but don't kill any of the opposing team. Like, you do the math, you need to get kills. Like, if you get 5 kills and you lose on caps, you got 5 points. The opposing team got 1 point plus however many kills they got. Like, it's caps just there to force a fight. It's not there to be a win condition. But in the past, sometimes we'd play with caps actually mattering, 3-cap tournament or something. You'd rush cap with a light and you'd try to like stand just behind this cover and try to sneak the cap. It's in the open. It's in the open, and there's going to be people in positions where they can shoot it before you can get a light back up. It's very difficult to sneak. But we're at 450 tons, which, a whole bunch of direwolves plus some other stuff, or what are you doing? Like, are you even bringing, some like Viper plus 4 direwolves, or what are you doing for 450 tons? Looks like the teams are locked in. And I'm launching it. And I need to switch my overlays. And That's correct. Yeah, kind of like the more strategic play of cap stuff, but it's also fun to have a kill dominant tournament here every once in a while. Some smaller unit tactic stuff, and we're gonna have Q coming up where it's 5v5 conquest, and we'll actually have to play caps in an 8v8. All right, let's check builds here before the players are loading in. Looks like paint job here. I want to see that paint job. Can I see paint job? No, not that button. This button. There we go. There we go. I'm looking at wow. Bell here's got a very beautiful 69th Falcon Irregular. He's got the unit number on. Very beautiful direwolf there with a massive amount of LR. Do you see this? Do you see this, people? Okay, come out in the water. Get out here. Do you see this? That's some missiles. What is that? That's like an LRM 105, 105 LRM, and a beam laser. Okay, beam lasers don't turn off PPCs, but yeah, or ECM. AC2 direwolf, AC5 direwolf, that's more standard. Blood Asp also running fast LRMs. What is going on here? Okay, so this is not the Swords and Sabers running the missile strat, at least not that I've seen yet. SRM's on that Mad Dogs bracket build. They're doing your large gargoyle, red laser backup. Jade Kite with UAC 2 going up the radio tower. Love the radio tower. AC5 Direwolf. Stone Rhino. Oh, don't stand out in the open there. Hags and Ear Large. And nobody's fired LRMs yet. Goss Ear Large Maul. That's an interesting build. But this is a ranged trade drop deck versus mass LRMs. And then, oh, oh, no. Dodged. It got dodged. Yeah, execution dodge that. Sorry, did I say gargoyle? It was an execution. Obviously. See, this is what I'm talking about. When you're sitting at the radio tower, you can just duck behind that radio tower cover as soon as those alarms start coming in. There's so much travel time on LRMs. You have to get the lock, then you fire, then there's all that travel time, and the Jade Kite's pulled back into cover. Like, that's how it should be. But I love the alarms. I hope that this goes okay-ish for the 69th Falcon Irregulars. They need to pick up some kills. They're going to need to move closer, though. There's too much travel time from sitting back here. They want to move before the opposing team has them surrounded. That's my call out. Yeah, the Blood Ass did move up to try and get into tag range. Now they're backing up into the open. They're going to get farmed. The team needed to move up, not move back. LRMs are better at medium range. They're outranged by Ear Large and Goss. No. Blood Asp. Showing the rear, backside. Down to 80%. Not too bad, actually. Side torso is open from the rear, but as long as keep that mech twisted. Okay, now there's being a push called to the right. They're moving through the open. Okay, so they wanted the Blood Asp pulled back to them to move to the right. But they kind of exposed the Blood Asp in the open twice as it's lagging in the rear. How's this going? Is there focus on legs? If you get a leg off of mech while it's crossing, you have more time to finish it off than if you try to go torso. Belsep's just charging. Oh no, I think you were supposed to use cover. Okay, they're pulling into cover. Not too bad. 84%. Now they're getting shoot. 83. Volley of LRMs. I'll track that in. Hank Reardon dodges that. Even the Stone Rhino can dodge alarm at that range. Yeah, the velocity's just not that high. Dropped off the cover. So those alarms are not landing. Yeah, just all blasting into the cover. Rafi doing the dodge. Executioner's got mask. The dodge will be easy in that mech. Even GI Jimmy in the night gear is able to dodge the alarms. Look at all that, just pounding to that train. Now this radio tower should be destroyed, considering how many alarms it's eating here. Should be falling over any second now. Oh no, it's indestructible. I don't know why they don't just make mechs out of whatever they made those buildings out of. But yeah, terrain in this game is indestructible. So never gonna be able to pound through that. All those alarms going to waste, and that's a lot of heat buildup as well. Fast alarms like that builds up heat. Here we go. Any missile's gonna hit. Off you taking a chip damage there, I think, but getting back into cover. They're just having too easy of a time dodging. If there were multiple angles, if there were two mechs around the boat and then two mechs over in the high ground, it might not be able to. The cover's not that wide. Maybe some of those missiles would hit. They have moved up far enough to get locks, though. And Chaos's leg is damaged. If that leg gets picked off, it wouldn't be able to do the dodge anymore. So Chaos is needing to do a very good job at dodging, or they'll lose that leg and then they'll lose their mech because there's no way they're surviving that kind of missile volley. Um, Now there's no narc, there's no light mech to do anything here. All the tonnage has been sunk into these Lerm boats. They need to get their own locks. They need to be able to move up to. There we go. Hank reared in, eat missiles. Not that many managed to dodge a lot of that. I think those trees, some of those trees might block missiles. No, I think all those trees are just fake trees. This map has indestructible trees that don't block damage. They just block sight lines. Not sure if you can turn them off with a config or not. Chaos exposing if they get locked onto, but they have ECM on that Darwell C, I'm assuming. Hank Reardon taking a little bit more damage, 2%. Managed to dodge most of that. Took some heat damage to center torso as well earlier, I take it. Very slow moving. Nobody's gone for the cap yet. Match is a quarter or a third gone on the timer. Direwolf center side torso is open. Bellier is in trouble. Looks like they might have been powered down. That side torso, if it pops, it's a lot of their firepower, but also it's a lot of their heat capacity. Yeah, looking a little bit low on the side of the 69th Falcon Irregulars. They need to find an angle, and they are not. And mass LRMs are not looking very good right now. Sabers doing a very good job dodging them. Look at all this. Look at all this. And just it's hitting. Yeah, Jimmy, just dodging it like a champ. Rafi's moving a bit closer. Their plan. I mean, if you can dodge the missiles, there's less time to dodge missiles, and the missile locks will happen a little faster. Rafu taking some chip damage, but they're not really that much of a hazard if you're by cover. You can step in, step out. There's only a single angle here that the Lerms are coming from, and you can just dodge them. That's the reality of it. Weapon system that. Oh no! There we go. First kill picked up. Full Phoenix with Goss ER large picks up a kill center torso on Ralphie No Pants. Do a little bit of face stare there, probably try and get locks. Hank Reardon. That hill doing some major work there. Just enough cover to dodge all of that. That's frustrating if you're a Lerm enthusiast. I like it as an option to mix it up. Oh, here we go. Tuna Fish is going in. They've got SRMs, remember. They have 4 SRM-6. Maybe they can pop a UAV in the backfield or rear shot someone with that SRM pack. I don't know how much a UAV is going to help because it's mostly just cover here that's being an issue. GI Jimmy's taking some damage to the legs. Again, if a mech gets legged, it's basically dead because it won't be able to do this peak poke anymore. Chaos is the target that needs to be slammed here, but okay, here we go. Got a little bit of stealth sneak here. Tagging from the rear. Oh, but it won't help because of the cover. If there was multiple angles, but there's no multiple angles, it's a single angle here. So even tagging won't help. I'm not going for the rear shots here with tuna fish. You got Jimmy's actually looked that direction and spotted. Did they see the tag laser? They might have seen the tag laser. So tuna fish has been spotted. Now they're going in. They're going in. They got 4 SRM-6 versus the UX. GI Jimmy's in a little bit of trouble. Leg is open. If he steps where there's no cover, he's going to be a lot of trouble. But Tuna Fish has almost lost sight. GI Jimmy's going to die. GI Jimmy's left the cover. He's been legged. There's absolutely no survival. Now the Lerms are going to actually hit. Tuna Fish just should stay alive, keep that leg alive, rely on the teammates to finish that off. But nope. Going in, trying to grab that kill. Does get the kill. And at the same time, Sabers have moved up. They're putting the pressure in. Tuna Fish has been halved. And over on the other side, we do have the flank going on. Nobody spotted the movement through the water for Full Phoenix because I think it's open, but Rafu snuck in as well. Cover. And Ultraviolet is now cooked itself to try and pick up the kill on GI Jimmy. They did get points for the kill, though. That's something. Bellier is halved. They don't have much armor left on their remaining side torso either. Rafi doing a good job using the cover. He can poke out. Lasers, no travel time, and pinpoint, and you can stick your head out, get back in. Whereas LRMs, you kind of need the locks. You can fire without locks, but then, yeah, it's difficult. And there's travel time as well. Time to get a lock plus the travel time. It's brutal, absolutely brutal. It was a nice attempt. I love the mass LRM. Execution could be improved a little bit by getting a side angle, but they did get kind of countered. If there had been a brawl rush into those LRMs, things would have gone different. But it's yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that Swords and Sabers did not pull at the red laser there. And all these mechs walking around with a heavily wounded leg, missiles do dive and go for legs a fair bit. So if the leg had gotten blown off, that direwolf would have died. We saw what happened to GI Jimmy when he finally lost a leg. He just can't hide. He can't get behind cover anymore. And so drops maybe a touch closer than it looked, but not that close. They didn't get shut out though, so that's always a plus. If you're a 69th Falcon Irregular Jade Falcon fan in general. I gotta put scores into the scoreboard. But this is a dominant win here from. I'm looking at. Yeah, they got the full points, 30 points. I said 30 points are possible. They got 30 points, so that would put them up into tie for first place with the European Redcoats Flaming Surrats, who are sitting at 74 points. Sweaty Sabers, off of my count, are going to be at 74 points. They are playing each other next week. That is a battle for first place. Yeah, I mean, depending on Oxypods could put themselves into the conversation as well. Junkyard Dogs maybe as well, but that is basically a battle for first place happening next week. Hopefully it gets cast. I don't know if I can. No, it's Europeans. I can't cast Europe. I'm sorry. Um, well done there. 69 Falcon Irregulars. They pick up a very low point total. It does put them out of last place temporarily, although OxyClean results have not been entered yet. They're probably gonna be sitting in last place once that comes back around. Didn't get very many kills today. The drops did not go their way. And yeah, okay. Talking about the damage real quick here. I've got something else that will be going on after, but I want to wrap this match up. Okay, talking about the damage real quick. Not that high. The LRMs didn't get it done. The LRMX can't really twist much, so the damage goes to the torso in terms of like the largest from Rafi's Executioner and Faux Phoenix's Warhammer, which will pack some Goss there. 6 components destroyed for Faux Phoenix, very nicely done. 3 kills for Rafu. The two of them put in a lot of the work. GI Jimmy with the UAC 2 Night Gear, very good positioning as well. I love the radio tower positioning at Night Gear, and that invincible radio tower pillar, not very wide, but you can hide a Night Gear behind it, peek out, pop out some UAC 2 shots, duck back into cover when the missiles start coming in, and your heat's up and your guns are jammed. Very nicely done. Chaos putting in 500. Hank reared in with 500 as well. Keeping their mechs alive, though, you know. Opposing side, top damage is 303 out of Milsep. Tactical Tuna Fish finally went for the tunnel push, picked up a kill, 250 points of damage there. Rest of the team just low damage totals. They got countered, and there were some changes, some movement that could be done a little bit differently, finding additional angles, that type of thing. But basically, LRMs are subjectively strong, but for anyone in the lower divisions who has troubles dealing with LRMs, just watch what the Swords and Sabers did. It's basically textbook. You stick by your cover, you duck into cover, you duck out of cover, you don't stand in the open, you don't walk through the open, and you don't lose your legs walking through the open, and things are going to be okay. LRMs they're countered by player game knowledge. and that's why they are very strong in the lower tiers and very weak in the upper tiers. Pretty straightforward. Um, that's that. We're on to the next thing now, which people are like, wait, there's a next thing? Well, yes, there is. It's a little secret thing that's happening here. It's the fish fight. What is the fish fight? Well, okay, so there's fish name players on each side, and they have a little beef going on about who gets to be the best fish, and they're fighting for the title here tonight. Whoever wins it is the best fish for the next year or something. I don't know. We're doing a fish fight, and they are taking the same chassis, and they're 1v1ing each other on Boreal Reach, and winner gets the title of best fish in MWO next year. So it's the trout and the tuna fish. In the past, they've played piranhas and crabs and other sea creature type mechs, but they are in Incubi or Vixen if you're enthusiast. Neither of those are fish names, but they're doing it in Incubi.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the
Incubuses?
cost.
No, I think it's Incubi. SRMs and Small Pulse and Heavy Machine Gun out of the Saber for the Trout. That's a very strong brawl build. And Incubus 3, which is running a free-to-play players assortment brawl. What is the difference? 2 Small Pulse, 2 SRM6 versus 3 SRM6, 2 Small Pulse. So there is a more SRMs on the Saber Incubi. We just got a dance going on here, Dance of Death. Let's turn off the colors. Now we can look at the mechs. It's black and red. Red is Swords and Sabers for anyone wondering. The lower unit. Open legs there. Weak legs on the other side. So Tactical Tuna Fish is the first one leg. They should be going down soon. They're trying to leg shield. They cannot get that leg shield in time. Wow, the Trout has both legs open, cherry red, so very close fight actually. But the Trout has once again won the title of best fish. I think they had the title, so they put it up on the line today, but they managed to retain it. Nicely done. I don't know if this is a best of 3 or if it's just a single drop. Slightly higher damage there out of the MC mech over the Bill mech. Having one extra SRM, that 6, that is a big advantage in that type of. Oh, Prometheus is here. Something about my mic being bad. Oh. Oh, actually, I'm going to ask for the head-to-head record here from these guys, see if they want to pop that up for me. Okay, so they've actually fought twice already in 2024 apparently, and Toon has won both of those. So, and Trout has won one. So I guess it's 3 fights. Okay, so the Trout is actually reclaiming the title. It sounds like. There we go. Yeah, it's a little fun thing that these guys do every time they play each other, and we get to cast it today, so that's fun. This doesn't count for points. This isn't part of the official tournament. It's just a little grudge match here between some friends. The format is fluid. Yeah, There's no rule book on this fight. All right, I think that's it. I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. Yeah, thank you viewers for watching. Thanks for the teams letting us cast it, all that jazz. MWO leagues and the tournament organizers for hosting and organizing the tournament. And players, thank you for showing up. There's like 54 teams in this tournament, which is fantastic. Or 453. There was a withdrawal. I don't remember exactly what the final count is, but MWO comp looking pretty healthy here in 2024 in a 12-year-old free-to-play game with a somewhat low player population, keeping things running for those of us who enjoy this type of thing. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop out the stream. This was Therax just casting. I mean, I've got my big logo out on the screen, so I should mention it anyways. But y'all have a gooder.